Welcome to Fit, Fierce, and Fearless, the award-winning podcast hosted by Zen. This show is part of the Gen X pole arts ecosystem, where pole dance, movement, and midlife rebellion meet. We talk strength, reinvention, and what it means to take up space as women over 40, both on the pole and off. If you're done playing small and you're ready to move through life with confidence again, you're in the right place. Let's go. Welcome to Fit, Fierce, and Fearless, episode 58. I am Zen, also known as Nancy. And today I have a guest who, right along with the rest of the theme of 2026, is somebody who I haven't actually met in real life, but who I know from Instagram. Sara is joining us from Wyoming, right? And Sara and I met through a guest who you guys might remember, Carl, who was on maybe 5 or so episodes ago. And Carl, if you recall, is 74 years old and a big fan of chains, but he also does pole and flying pole in his backyard and all kinds of everything. Carl's just a multi-apparatus guy who also posts a lot about what he does at the gym and his workouts, which surprise other people. And so I'm really happy that he referred you to the podcast, Sara. I'm excited to hear your story and to learn more about you as we're going through this together live. And I know that you and Carl have, I think, performed together on chains and done doubles together. Is that right?
Yeah, we haven't actually like performed for like a crowd. We were supposed to, and then, glitches and technology happened and
Oh,
our
yes.
video didn't get viewed. But we do have a full routine put together, and we're actually hoping to perform it later this year. We've got an opportunity in the works. Not sure how much I should say, but yeah, we do have a full doubles routine to music that we've worked on together. You can see the whole thing on his Instagram of us like working it out and talking through it. And it's on 2 sets of chains, so we do stuff together on one set, and then we split and we do tandem tricks together at the same time, and then we come back together. So it's a lot of fun. He's really great to work with.
Sounds fun. I know he has a lot of passion for it. Um, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell the audience a
Oh
little bit
yeah,
about you.
I am Sara. I live in Wyoming. I am an aerial chains artist, and I am a teacher as well. So I teach aerial
Mhm.
chains. So I'm also a men's gymnastics coach. That's what I do for a living, and a writer. So those are more of like my how I make a living
Sure.
jobs.
Well, that's very cool. What kind of writing do you do?
I do a lot of everything. I'm a contract writer, so people kind of just hire me, and then I do whatever they need me to do for their website.
Oh, cool. That's good to know.
Yeah,
I
kind of
worked
like a
in
jack of all trades situation.
Yeah, I worked in marketing and advertising for my entire professional career and definitely contracted writing out for blog posts and press releases and web content and all that sort of thing. So very
Yeah, I
cool.
love it. My day just flies by, so that's the good news.
Well, yeah, you can't ask for anything better than that.
No, you
Very
really
neat.
can't.
Cool. So how long have you been doing, and Sarah's not a pole dancer, by the way, guys.
I have actually never tried pole, but I've hung off of them before. I shouldn't say I've never tried it. I've hung off of like aerial poles and like poles that people have in studios where I've taught. And
Uh-huh.
like Carl showed me a few things at his gym Kairos, but nothing like I've never taken a class or anything. I'm hoping to rectify that very soon. Later this month, I'm hoping that I can get to JDEX, a studio in Spanish Fork, Utah, where I can
Oh,
take a
cool.
class finally for the first time.
Awesome. Well, we're not
Yeah.
going to hold it against you, because the reason that I named this Gen X pole arts and not just pole or pole dance is because I want to include the adjacent apparatuses as well. Because I also do hoop and I teach hoop and perform on hoop. So I'm
Yeah,
not
I love
strict.
hoop.
And chains. I mess around on chains. I will say that. Like,
Awesome.
yeah, one of the studios that I love to go to here, that's in Hollywood, Louvre, LA, they have a set of chains. And every time I have studio time there, I play around on the chains. I've never done a chains class or workshop or anything like that. I tend to spend about 10 minutes or 15 minutes tops on the chains. And then my pain tolerance is like, nope,
Yeah,
that
it
hurts.
can be uncomfortable.
But I love it. It looks really cool and it's really fun. I love that there's two chains, I guess. So like your
Loops, yeah.
yeah, two loops. So your upper body and lower body can kind of be independent from one another versus like a hoop where, you've just got the one. But I love that it moves you through space in every direction, which is
Right.
similar to the hoop versus pole, which is attached top and bottom. So I love that feeling of flying through the air that you can
Yeah,
have on chains.
it's so fun.
Really fun. So what got you started? Why
Chains
chains?
are an aerial. So in aerial, I guess I'll just start at the beginning.
Okay.
I like I said, I coach men's gymnastics like boys, so ages 5 to 16. Our oldest boy will be 17 this summer, um, and they compete. So right now I'm like in the heart of gymnastics season. So I haven't posted a lot on Instagram lately because of that. But um, while I was at the gym, I had noticed a flyer go up on the little billboard she has by the front door that
Uh-huh.
said there was a woman in town that was going to start teaching aerial silks classes at the gym where I coach gymnastics. And I was
Oh.
like, so, and at the time I was coaching an advanced tumbling class. So I'm coaching like cheerleaders that are, I'm not a large human. So cheerleaders that definitely were much taller than me, male cheerleaders, like people who I wanted to keep safe while tumbling. So I thought,
Mm.
okay, that looks really hard in the picture on the flyer of the woman doing it. I knew nothing about her, knew nothing about aerial. I'm just like, that looks hard. Bet I could get strong. And I bet I
Uh-huh.
could keep my students safer if I knew how to do that. And it would be more fun than going to the gym, right? And just
Yes.
like pumping iron. So I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm going to try it. And this was like 1 week before my 40th birthday, and I'm
Okay.
44 now. So this
Okay.
is 4 years, over 4 years ago.
Okay.
Um, and I took a class, and it was aerial silks. And I took that first class, and I have not stopped going back.
I
So
love it.
yeah, so that's how I got into silks. And then so my teacher, her name is Jennifer. She sent me. I was probably a month and a half into silks, so not very good yet, but still coming, showing up,
Uh-huh.
sends me a link to her students, like she her YouTube channel, her
Uh-huh.
students, and she said you need to maybe see if you can watch these videos and see if you can pick a style that resonates with you, right? And I'm
Hmm.
like, oh, I was a gymnast. I don't have a style unless it's salute the judge and finish your skills. Like I don't know what a style even meant because I wasn't a dancer. So to me it
Uh-huh.
was like, I'm like, I was a gymnast. I was like, I tumbled and like I did a leap pass and I don't really know what I'm looking at, right?
Hmm.
So she's like, "Oh, just watch it." So anyways, I went through all the videos and you get stuck in that YouTube rabbit hole, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
this random video comes up. So I saw like silks and hoop and hammock and aerial pole, and this video comes up of this woman on chains. And I
Hmm.
was like, oh, I'm definitely doing that. And I copied the link to the video. I texted it back to her and I said, I'm doing this. This is my
Okay.
style. And she's like, okay, well, I mean, it's not a style, but I believe in you and you can totally do that. So anyways, that's how I got into chains. Is like I just happened to see it and I just knew. I was like, that's what I'm
Uh-huh.
doing. That's what I was meant to do was chains. So
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
So
that's what
I
you were
did
meant
a
to do.
silks performance then that summer, and as soon as that performance was over, like I trained for it. As soon as that performance was over, like the next weekend, I bought my first set of chains, and I have not been able to be off of them since.
Wow. So do you have them at home?
I
You have a
do.
rig?
We have an outdoor rig. I had an indoor rig set up, but I don't have a lot of ceiling space.
Hmm.
So, and actually, right now my friend is borrowing it. She's not able to go to classes for a couple weeks, so I let her
Hmm.
borrow it. But yeah, we have an indoor rig, and I would usually just do Lyra with it because I could put a short span set and get up higher and do under the hoop tricks, and then I could do a longer span set and work on span set tricks. It just work better than for silks or chains where I need a little more
Right.
like space to work. So I usually do it outside. So,
Mhm.
and we don't have it set up right now. It's still a little on the chilly side, but very soon we'll have the rig set up outside in our yard, and I'll just do them outside at home whenever I want.
Oh, that's so fun. I have a rig outside at home, but it's not tall enough. Like I have a hoop on it, but I, like you're saying, I can't really put a long span set. Um, so I usually have a shorter span set, but the width of the legs on the rig are not all that wide. So anything that's splitty, you're going to kick one of the legs.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that too, especially with the
And
hoop where it's already kind of wide and you're kind of on
mm,
one end.
yep,
One of the legs is going to hit it. Yeah.
yep. But it's better than nothing. So I'm not
It is
complaining.
better than
But
nothing. And you do, I learned a lot of stuff on Lyra by myself just working on that at home.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think it's the consistency with all these things. Like you said, you did the first silks class and then you just kept going. The consistency is what it takes to really build the skills. It's just
yeah, for sure.
showing up again and again. So, yeah, seeing a chains video can definitely reel you in because it looks so badass. Like it looks so cool to see
It looks
somebody.
impossible when you see
Yeah,
it. It's like, how in the world? Like, doesn't that hurt? And when you try, it's like, oh, yeah, of
it does
course.
hurt.
It does hurt. But
It
it's
does
okay.
hurt.
Like, I made it through, like, the first time. Like, I survived it. It's
Right.
fine. And every time you do it, then your body's like, okay, it's this again. This is fine. Once you
Yes.
get used to it,
Yes.
it just takes time.
It does. And pole is the same. When you finally take that pole class, you'll find new pain. Your body will be like, "Oh, this is different." But it's the
Looking
same
forward
thing.
to it.
Yeah, your skin and your nerves become accustomed to it, and I don't know if they kind of like desensitize or what it actually happens, but yeah. So
Yeah.
cool. When you were you a gymnast like throughout your whole life up until you started silks?
I started gymnastics when I was 8.
Yes. Okay.
And I only did it through high school. And then
Okay.
I didn't do it in college or anything, but I did compete. Like I competed on my high school team and like a
Okay.
couple of meets before high school. I did
Mhm.
like with the rec program at the local gym or
Mhm.
whatever. Um, but yeah, I competed and then I didn't coach or anything until we moved here to Wyoming. And my daughter wanted to try cheerleading when she was 6,
Mhm.
maybe. She's a freshman
Wow.
in high school now, so it's been a minute. But she wanted to try cheerleading, and they offered like a junior cheer program where they could come and learn. And I put her in that, and I noticed a sign on the same billboard where the little Silks flyer went up that said gymnastics coach wanted, no experience necessary. So
Ah,
I just stopped by and talked to the owner after one of my daughter's cheer practices, and I was like, hey, I did gymnastics, never coached. Like, if you still need help. And she was like, you're hired, come and start tomorrow. And so the rest is history. That's how I started there. Was just,
amazing.
yeah, I just happened to see the sign go up when my daughter wanted to try cheer here in the valley, and now I
Mhm.
coach boys, which is crazy
So
because I've never done pommel horse before, but I can coach it.
yeah, sure. Well, that's really cool. I think that board has a special place in your life.
It certainly does. I've gotten a lot of fun opportunities from that special board.
Amazing. Amazing. So when you did, so backing up, so doing gymnastics since you were 8, your body just has that muscle memory. Even if you didn't do it from 18 to 38, it's like you still, it's in you. It doesn't go away when you learn it from such a young age. I was a swimmer starting from 8 years old, and I swam through high school competitively too. And then in my 30s, I got back into swimming and I started doing triathlon. But the swimming for me, which is probably very similar to you with gymnastics, it just comes back. As soon as I got in the pool, my body just knew what to do. I wasn't as
Yeah.
fast as I was, but the stroke was there, my form was there, the rhythm was there. Like I knew exactly what I needed to do. Um, and that was my strongest leg of the triathlon always, even though I had ran as an adult much more regularly than I had swam. And on the bike, I just didn't really train the bike as much. as running, but more than swimming. But I had my fastest times, and so I was most competitive in the swimming leg, just because when you're a kid and you learn something, it just sticks with you, you know?
Right. And you do it over and over. So like, yeah, actually I can still tumble. And
Hmm.
I did a kip like a month and a half ago, I think. The boys were like, "Oh, let's
Oh,
see if you can still do one." I was like, "Actually, yeah, let's see if I can still do one." And I
uh-huh.
could. But yeah, I've tumbled, and like they boys tend to have trouble with like their front handsprings. So there's been
Hmm.
times where I've done the front handspring for them, and our other coach has taken a video, and then she'll put it on slow and show them, watch her legs, watch where she
Yeah.
snaps, watch where her arms go. And so that's kind of a cool feeling to know that you're the oldest one in that building, but you can still do cool stuff.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I still got
Ooh.
so, like a lot of the flexibility. I like to tell my students like I'm not a contortionist. So if you want like this super crazy like contorty stuff on the chains, like I can recommend a teacher for you.
Sure.
But I can still do some pretty cool stuff for being 44. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, I don't have the flexibility, sadly. I'm still working on it. I
I
think
mean, it
from
comes with time.
yeah, and the sports that I had done all of my life were the opposite of flexible sports. They're all like swimming, you know, and running and biking is all very much like this. So anything that has to do with a back bend, my muscles in my back and my pecs are all like, "Wait, what? We are used to going this way. What are you doing?"
Help
So
me.
that's my burden to bear as a
Yeah.
aerialist pole dancer is the flexibility. I'm muscle bound in certain areas, but I love it because it gives me something to work towards even at this
Right.
stage of life, right? Like, and I
Right.
know, and
And
I
we all
see
have
it.
those things, like the one thing that is like for me it's just I'm just not a big human. I just don't have a lot of strength behind me. I just don't hold weight very easily. Which some
Mhm.
people are like, "Ooh, you're lucky." I'm like, "Yeah, try holding yourself up in the silks for 10 minutes then because it's really hard for me because I just don't have a lot of the strength."
Yeah.
I mean, I do now and it built up to it, but when I started, I just didn't have a lot of strength, especially like upper body strength.
Yeah. And I hear that a lot. A lot of women who I work with and who I speak or who reach out to me through the podcast and Instagram, their biggest concern is they don't have upper body strength currently. And I always say, but you get it from practicing. Like come to class, you will gain strength. Just like you were the opposite. It sounds like you saw silks as an opportunity to get stronger. You weren't like, oh, I'm not strong enough. You're like, oh, this is going to get me strong.
Yeah. I wanted to be better gymnastics coach, I guess, more than anything, and that's why I
Mhm.
started it. And now I teach chains, which is also crazy.
I love it. So, when you tell me about teaching chains, because for me here in Los Angeles, there's a few studios that have chains. There aren't a lot of regular chain classes. There are chain workshops from time to time, which will be like, 2 hour or 3 hour workshops, sometimes a series. So I've played on chains. I love messing around on the chains, but I haven't taken a class. So I'm just interested to know, like, where do you begin? What is considered like foundational or fundamental when it comes to chains?
I like to just so like I don't do like regular interval chains classes, if that makes sense. It's a specialty apparatus, and I feel
Okay.
like you should have a foundation in something that is a little more standard just to give you the
Okay.
aerial knowledge. So you should have pole or lyra or silks. I
Okay.
feel like those things are kind of like really important to help you with something that's so specialized like chains.
Okay.
So I don't do like a regular class, but I'll teach private lessons and I do workshops as well. So
Okay.
I usually do an hour and a half. I try not to go
Mhm.
past that just because at that point, if it's your first time, you're going to be ready to be done and
Yeah,
you're not like 3 hours for me. Like too many people are so bruised by that point that you're going to cause them damage that you shouldn't cause if you take it much past that.
sure.
So I tend to try to err on the side of safety just for my students. And I don't want to scare people away and be
Yes.
like, yeah, here's your 3 hours on the chains. Now you have a bone bruise. Now you're out for 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks because you damaged your bone.
Hmm.
I try to go a little more on the safety side and try to make sure that everybody is comfortable, and I have a set of body loops in case somebody's like, this is just not, then it's like, okay, well, let's go to the loops where you can finish the class at least and get the knowledge and the information without having to have that feeling of that bruisey, pinchy
Sure.
on your body.
That's really
So
smart.
I tend to do it a little different. And like I said, I'm trying to make more chains artists and not fewer. So
Sure.
I teach it in a way that I feel like the skills that I'm teaching, especially for beginner workshops, are skills that the chances of you getting a pinch are pretty minor. And the chances of you doing hard, like not hard, but like major damage is going to be pretty small. So, and I always give the disclaimer, like, you roll over the pubic bone, you just back off, don't go further, do not, just, it's not an area to mess with.
Hmm.
I've just, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. So I tend to err on the side of caution when teaching, because I think that that's how I would have wanted to be taught if I had taken a chains class, but
Yeah.
I'm self-taught. So you know but that's how
Yes,
I wanted to be taught, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to
it does.
apply like how would want have wanted to be treated when I started learning chains, and I wouldn't have wanted to be like feel like I'm having to prove something, when
Right.
my body's like, no, don't do it.
Yes.
Like, you should listen to that and just take a break, and you can always get back on them later. Just heal the bruising and come back later.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's why I
No.
tend to do shorter workshops. It's just safety. I just feel
Yeah.
like it's safer for the students, and
Hmm.
it's not so overwhelming then. They're
Right.
not like trying to prove to me that they can do something. And it's like, I already know you're awesome because you signed up, right? Like, you don't
Right.
have to prove anything to me.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that makes complete sense. And so it sounds very similar. What you're doing is the specialty classes. It's not like a weekly class. That's how it is in the community here as well. And I think it's probably because exactly what you're saying. If you do it too much, it's going to hurt. You could get hurt because the chains themselves, there's heavy chunks of metal and it can
Right.
pinch you too. And you also can get hit by the chains. Like I hate to say
Oh,
that, but
yes. No, you can.
it
I have been hit by them
I have
before.
too. Because I
So I'm
like to,
taking a shot to the side of the head.
yeah,
It doesn't feel good. You live through it, but it's not
right.
fun. And
Yeah. I mean, I've been hit with a hoop too. It just
right,
comes
me
with the
too.
territory.
Makes that bong sound.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
Oh,
try to play it off like it didn't really hurt and keep going. And
yeah.
it's like,
Like,
oh,
I'm
no,
gonna
it
feel that
actually,
one tomorrow.
yeah. Oh my God. That's so funny. Yeah. With silks, it doesn't hurt, right? Because it's soft.
No.
So for me, I've never done silks, and I need to. I have a
Yeah.
fear of them, and I think it's because, and I have silks. So we were talking before, like I have the rig, I have a rig
Right.
and outside, and I have two sets of silks, but I just never put them up because for me, the idea of wrapping silks are slippery, right? And I just am afraid that I'm going to fuck it up and I'm going to come crashing to the ground because I'm not wrapping it correctly on my foot or my wrist or my thigh or whatever. So I have a little bit of just self-imposed fear when it comes to getting on the silks for the first time. When I'm using my grip with any of the other apparatuses, I just feel like I'm more in control of it than
You're
with
right.
the silks.
Silks for me, like, it's so hard. It's I feel like Silks and I have a personality difference, is what I've come to understand.
Okay.
It's very difficult. And I think, like, I have ADHD for sure. And I think just all the rapping drives
Uh-huh.
me insane. Those
Yeah.
moves where you rap for like 30 minutes, it feels
Uh-huh.
like, just to hold this pose for 2 seconds, and then you have
Yes.
to get back out of it.
Yeah.
Those drive me insane. Rapping forever for a drop that lasts for a half a second
Yeah.
drives me insane. I need to get up there, quick rap, quick drop, done, move on. Like,
Okay.
my ADHD just doesn't like to have that constant rapping,
Uh-huh.
but I like to do it in practice. Like, I never perform moves like that ever on the
Okay.
silks because it's just not my style now that I know what a style is.
Mhm.
It's just not my style. I prefer things that take strength. I prefer things that take just raw technique and power, and just overtly controlling the silks rather than wrapping forever and being tied in and then holding that pose. That's just not the way I tend to do it. But again, like I said, I like to do it in practice because I like to challenge my brain and be like,
Sure.
can you listen long enough to Jen to figure this move out? And some days I can, and some days, I'm going to be honest, some days she's like, I'm like, you're way like, I'm like, this is not going to stay like in
Yeah.
my brain before the next class. So just so you know, like, cool move, but
Yeah, I'm
so
lost. So I
right.
think I'm similar to you, and that's why I haven't tried it. Like I love to watch, and as I'm watching the rapping, I'm thinking, oh yeah, no, I don't trust myself to do that. I don't want to do all that rapping. It amazes me to watch somebody how they just do it, and it looks so just second nature that they know exactly
Right.
rap, 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 rap. And I'm like, I don't know.
I could watch Jen, my teacher, and then my friend's daughter Abby does silks. She's in my silks 3 class. I could watch her do it forever too, because you can tell they just like it's their apparatus. Like,
Yes.
well, Jen has a lot of them, but they love it, like, and you can tell. I feel like when I'm on the silks, it's like I feel like I look terrible on the silks too. I'm just like I just wish these were chains. Like I just look better on chains or the hoop. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? I just feel
Yes.
like I don't look good on the silks. And
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh, you're crazy," and they're trying to be all nice about it. I'm like, no, no, I, I really just feel like I don't look good on the silks, and I could be wrong, but that's
Yeah.
personal feelings. But I do love them, and like I said, they have their place for sure, and I like performing on them. But I like performing the things that I want to perform, which are not,
Hmm.
the rappy stuff.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. And for me on pole, I prefer the stuff that's more about strength than flexibility and the bendy stuff or the splitty stuff because I have more power. Like I'm strong. I'm not a small person. I'm 5'7". Like I'm not a tiny person, and I've got muscle bulk, and so I like to use that.
Right.
I
That's kind
trust
of
my
how I
strength.
feel.
Yeah, I trust my
Only,
strength. So
only I am a small person. So for me, I'm like, okay, if I can do anything that shows that I'm not this like weak little twig that's gonna snap, maybe if
there
I can
you
just hold on. But like everyone, I guess not everyone, but a few of like my closest friends are like, is it even a silk stay if Sarah didn't do a neck hang or a flag? Like, so it's all the things that iron cross, like it's all the things that are just like hard that nobody else really does.
hmm.
Like I will neck hang anytime, any new neck hangs, got cool ones on the chains. Like I just love them. I think they look hard and they
That is
always go
hard.
well in a performance. Yeah, like any neck hang goes super well in a performance on chains. Like people lose
Yeah,
their minds for that kind
I
of thing.
do.
And like it can just be the easy one where you're like back of the knees, back of the skull, and you're just and they're like, "Oh my gosh, she's hanging off her head." And it's like, "Okay, this was
Yeah.
like I teach this in my like beginner workshops, but all right.
Yeah.
Like that's fine."
I
But they
think if
don't
your
know.
knees, yeah, if your knees are there too, and that kind of, I think it hurts, but it also feels kind of good because you're like rolling out the back of your neck, like, yeah. But anytime I see anybody hanging from their head in some way, I'm amazed.
Those are
Yeah,
my moves. Those are like that's my style, now that I have one. It's a
yeah, you do.
little
You have like
different than
the badass style,
yeah,
the
I guess
hard
that's what you
stuff.
could call it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like the hardest things, those are the things I want to do.
Amazing, amazing. So I will put a link to your Instagram uh, in the show notes or show description. So everybody listening, you can go check out Sarah. Um, so okay, so given that you like to do all the hard stuff, you like to do all the strength-based stuff, silks and chains. You're in Wyoming, Carl's in Utah. How did you guys get together and decide that you wanted to work together?
This
Because
is
if
actually
you if you're listening and you don't know, Sarah and Carl do partner work on chains.
doubles chains. Yeah, we have a whole
Doubles.
routine. Yeah. So like we choreographed a whole routine together to perform and hopefully we'll perform it later this year, but I'll get to that.
Okay.
It's actually kind of a cute story. So last winter, I was in American Fork coaching our boys' team at a meet, and he
Okay.
had sent me a message on Instagram. He saw a move that I had posted of me on the chains, and I'd been following him for a while, but I didn't know that he followed me. I guess he did. Sent me a message, and I didn't get it till we were done with the meet. We're driving home from American Fork, and it said something. He sent me my own video and was like, "Could you send me a video of you doing this slower so I can take it to my teacher and break this down so I can learn this move?" And this was before I was a teacher. And so I
Okay.
was like, oh my gosh, this guy is like, he's so cool. He's like, wants to learn my move. I'm so excited. So I responded, I was like, yeah, I will totally do that when I get back. I'm just going to take a slow video of it. I won't tell you how to do it since you're going to have somebody break it down for you anyway. Right. And that's probably the safer way to do it because I wasn't a teacher at the time. So I didn't
Yeah.
have any business teaching him that move anyway. So I was like, I'll just take a slow video and then you take it to your teacher and let her tell you what to do. Is like taking it to his hammock teacher, I think, so that she could
Okay.
try to break it down. And I was like, because I'm in American Fork this weekend. And he responded, American Fork, Utah, and I was like, yeah. And he's like, next time you're in Utah, let me know. I'm in Utah. I was like, what? I was like, I didn't know that. Like, I'm still in Utah, but like we're on the way home. So then we got to talking and found out that we're like a 3.5 hour drive away from each other. So
Oh,
every time I would go down for a meet, if I had free time, I would get with Carl. We'd go to Kairos. We'd go to the Salt Lake City Circus Center. We'd hang out. And yeah, so like that's history. And then the next time I went down, there was like a month later, met him in person, met him at Kairos, and we did chains together for the first time, like a month after that first
oh,
message he sent. So
that's cool. I love it.
yeah,
I think for anybody listening who's not already part of the pole or aerial community, it might sound weird how much we talk about Instagram on this podcast, but it really is a connector in our community. Like, the fact that we hadn't met before only on Instagram, and there's been so many other guests on the podcast from around the world. Like, I would never have met them or known of them if it weren't for Instagram.
right.
And our community is growing, but it's still relatively small on a global scale. I mean, we probably follow a lot of the same people and we can reference them in a conversation and we can talk about, oh, hi, kitty. If you're not
That's Teddy.
watching, the kitty cat just entered the conversation. Um, and I love that. I love that we have Carl in common. Even though I've never met Carl either, I talk to him online every day, about
Yeah.
everything that's going on with him. And it feels so supportive and inclusive, and we learn from each other, and we are validated by one another and encouraged by one another virtually. And I think
Yeah.
that's so cool. And when we have opportunities to go to competitions or performances or whatever, where we travel a little bit, and you guys aren't that far from me in California, then we get to meet in person. And it's like, oh my gosh, like I've known you for years, but we've never had a chance to meet. And then you meet each other and it just feels like family. And I think
Yeah.
that's such a unique thing. And you don't get that from going to the gym,
Right.
you know?
Not the same kind of camaraderie.
No,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
it
think
is totally different. But yeah, it's like Carl and I met, and like it was immediately, he was like, all right, give me your phone number. Like, I got to have all this information. I need your email so we can send videos back and forth. So yeah, we're in contact a lot. I talk to him at least every week, if not every day.
great.
We have
That's
something to
great.
say to each other. So
And so when you collaborated on the routine that you put together, did you do it in person or did you work on it separately and then like share your ideas on
we did
video
work
or
like kind of separately where we both had ideas of what we
Mhm.
were like kind of wanting to do, and we kind of took those ideas and put them together. Like I taught him a hip key on the chain, which is one of his favorite things to do, is this hip key on the chain. So then we
Yep.
came up with the idea of having two sets of chains and then doing them at the same time, where we climb. I just match his speed and do the move with him because he really liked it. And you hang off your elbow, and it's
Yeah.
very dynamic and fun to look at. And So like he really liked that move, so we put that in there. And then I was like, well, I can get into a cross back on the chains. What if I just held you up, invert, do a couple of quick moves and shapes, and that would be kind of cool. So we have that in there. So it's just ideas from each of us that we put together to kind of make, we call it like an uplifting routine, where it's like we're working together, and it's like when I go into the crossback, he's kind of like bummed he's hanging by himself on the other set of chains, and then I reach out for him and he's like,
Oh,
oh, we get to hang out together. So
oh,
it's super fun. It was a super cool idea, and it just kind of came together really easy. He's easy to work with too, so
yeah. Oh, I
we'll
can't
try
wait to see
anything, both
it.
of us.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see it finished, like when you guys put it together and release it out into the world. I know there's clips and whatnot of the work in progress, but
Yeah, so
yeah.
my teacher actually, she did a documentary. She got a grant to do a documentary on
Oh,
starting the aerial arts program in Star Valley, Wyoming. And through that video, it talks a little bit about me being a teacher. And
hmm.
so just recently we've, oh, sorry, I'm sorry, Teddy over
No,
there.
that's
So
Teddy.
just recently we've gotten some footage of like my last workshop of me teaching. And
Hmm.
after Carl's healed up from his cataract surgery, so everyone wish him well. So he's had cataract surgery. We're going to hopefully get that on video, and this will be a part of her documentary. Of it's called Ripple Effect, where she started this program in Star Valley, and then there was me who took to the chains and started posting videos, and Carl found me
Hmm.
through Instagram, and now he's such an inspiration to so many people. And this is how the ripple goes when you
Oh,
start your preferred art form and it's spreading, right? And now like
I love
Carl's
it.
this huge part of this ripple, sharing everything he's doing at his age and just being an incredible human along the
Yes.
way. So
Yes. Oh, what
so
a great.
hopefully in that documentary we're gonna get our routine done, and they're gonna video it and put it in there, and then the goal would be eventually for us to perform it in Utah when they release the video in Utah. So that's the goal, at least from the information I have, but we'll see when that's
What a
gonna
cool
happen.
project.
I
The
know, it's so fun.
documentary. Yeah, what a
Yeah.
great idea. And it is like a ripple effect. I mean, that's what we're talking about, right? Like how we just keep growing our community because we keep
Mhm.
sharing what we're doing and what we're passionate about. And thankfully, we have social media to do it for better or worse. So it can go further and further around the
Right.
world. And it's so
Yeah.
cool.
Just help
Oh, I want to
everybody
see
see
this
that they can do
documentary.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
they did. We did like a premiere at the end of January, and then we all performed. So like, I also fly double silks with my husband. I'm a flyer; he's a bass, and so we perform that, and then I perform chains at the very end for this um, video premiere that she released in Star Valley. So that was super fun. And so hopefully, when they do the premiere in Utah, the goal is for Carl and I to do our chains performance that we put together there in front of a crowd in Utah.
Oh my
So
gosh, I want
I
to
hope it all
come.
works out.
Will
I
it be in like
know it's gonna be
Salt
so fun.
Lake or where do you think?
Probably the Salt Lake City area. I don't know
Yeah.
if it'll be right in Salt Lake, but yeah,
Ooh,
probably
maybe
that
I could
area.
come out. I
It
love
would be
Salt
so
Lake.
fun. It would be so
Yes,
much fun. Yeah.
I want to come see you guys. So wait, your husband is your base. So this is a family
Yeah.
affair. I need to hear about
Yes.
this. How long
So
has he
yeah,
been
so
involved in this?
actually he started like a couple months after me. So I started going, he has rheumatoid arthritis actually. And
Okay.
so I was like, oh, well, this Jen lady who is my teacher, she's like
Hmm.
this mobility specialist. And like when you hold the silks, it like my hands get sore. Like
Yeah.
I'm working like muscles I didn't know I have. I'm like,
Hmm.
so maybe it might be possible for you to just take a class, see if you can like strengthen your joints or whatever. And
Hmm.
he started taking it and he was like, yeah, I think it's helping. So he stuck with it and he still does silks. He wants to do straps. He wants us
Uh-huh.
to do double straps. I don't know if I'm really a straps artist, but I do enjoy the double silks, and we do a lot of acro. When we get to the Circus Center in Salt Lake, we'll do their acro class. Their acro class is the best. If you've never,
Ooh.
anyone listening, if you're in Salt Lake City, you should take Salt Lake City Circus Center's acro class with Brian. It is the best. It's so fun. Like we love that, but Yeah, we're limited on height, so we have to do like certain moves that, that we can do under and on top, and like so when we go
Mhm.
to perform, it's a little different, but we make it work.
That's so fun. That's so cool
Yeah.
that you get to do it together.
Yeah, and our son's a flow artist. Well, we are too.
Oh,
Like I spin fire, my our son spins contact staff. He loves it. And so he's a gymnast and he's on our boys gymnastics team. He spins contact staff and he loves that. So yeah, it's super fun. We all do it together.
that's really cool. That is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Um, so it's just part of your life. It's your lifestyle for the whole family.
Yeah, it's become part of our life. Yeah, it wasn't. And like the funny thing is that was never the goal, right?
Yeah.
It just kind of happened that way.
Yeah. But was your son was doing gymnastics first before you started silks? That's how you
Yeah.
found out about the silks. Okay.
Yeah, and my daughter, she's
And
also
your
at the same gym. She's a competitive gymnast at that same gym. So she did silks for a while, and then she started to feel like she was being torn between the two, wants to finish out gymnastics. So she's kind of on hold with the silk stuff so she can really focus on her gymnastics, which is fine. We
makes
all need a
sense.
break sometimes. If we've got two things, something has to take a back seat.
Yeah, it's
Instagram
true.
for me right now. I have to coach the boys, so unfortunately, Instagram's taken a back seat. I just don't have the time to make reels like I used to right now.
Sure.
So
It does take time. Which is funny because I think that I don't know, most people don't realize that everything we post, like we have to do the thing to get the video, and then you have to look through the video and edit it to make something that's, I don't know, a minute and a half or less or whatever, to
yeah,
post. It takes time. But for me, that's kind of like my relaxation after my time in the studio or the gym. It's like, I'm tired from my training and I get to sit with my phone and or my laptop and look at the video and then go through it and review what I did and edit it. So it's kind of become part of the training too,
yeah,
because I think watching yourself and realizing what you did, because I don't know if it's the same for you, but for me, after I do something, I'm like, what did I even just do? Like, if I don't have it on video, I don't always remember exactly what I did or how I did it. So it's good to be able to review it and then realize, okay, I need to work on this. This was good. This was weird. I could, you can critique it. And then when you get back in to the studio or the gym, then you have something new to kind of work from. So
yeah.
yeah, it
And
becomes
it's
part of it.
helpful when, like, I invent a lot of my own moves. Like, my signature move was just like, oh, I don't have the height or like the length of chain. I do now, but at the time, I only had, like 7 foot loops. I didn't have
Mhm,
10-foot loops. So I
mhm.
was like, well, what can I even do? Like, that's too much to do like a needle. So I came up with a move that gives you the needle feel without
Oh,
actually being on both loops at the same time. Of course, I can do that now. I have my big loops and I do the needle on my long loops, but still, like, my signature move that like everybody seems to know me for is one that I created because I was limited in what I could do. So
yeah.
that's videos are very helpful for stuff like that because you're like, does it give you the feeling and the effect that you're looking for?
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
create a lot of moves. Like I feel like once I nail stuff, like if I'm not creating something new, then I'm like, oh, then I'm getting behind. So
Mm. Oh, you're getting behind. Behind what?
behind myself. I'm harder on myself than anyone else could ever be, unfortunately.
Yes, I think that's common for a lot of us because, what is the end goal at the end of the day? We're trying to improve ourselves and compete with ourselves, right? Do you do any are there any competitions? Not for chains, but for other
I,
aerial?
I'm sure there are. I don't know, but no, I don't compete. I don't know that I will. Um, I mean, I guess I shouldn't never say never, right? I never thought that I'd
Yes,
perform on silks either, and I've done that a lot
right.
now. And I never thought I'd do chains, and I performed and teach it now. So I don't. So never say never, but
No.
also no, I don't know. I'm just like I'm happy coaching though, and I'm happy watching other people like get better than me and go on and do
Yeah,
that. You know what I mean? Like,
I
I
do.
don't know how to explain it, but like when the boys do stuff that is like better than what I could do, I think that's cool. Like
Yeah.
I'm more happy for them than I would have been if I got it. So I don't know. I guess that's like the hope of every coach and teacher, right? Is that just
Yeah,
whoever you teach, or you can inspire people to just go on and just surpass me, and then you take that ripple and go with it
a
your
hundred
way.
percent. Yeah, even in my professional life, it was like that. People who I would hire entry level or out of college, and then they would advance in their careers, and I would mentor them. And now they're VPs, CEOs, they're doing all that. And I'm like, good for you. I'm so proud of them, but I'm happy doing this now.
Right. It's nice to be like a small piece on someone's journey, even if it was
Yeah,
small, you know? Like just if you can
yes,
inspire them a little bit and they can go on and like make something massive of it, I think that's cool.
agree. I think that's for me as being an instructor at this point in my life, it's so rewarding because I'm
Yeah.
not I don't have crazy goals to be anything outlandish at 56 years old. I mean, I want to improve, I want to become better, I want to have more tricks, I want to be more flowy, stronger, blah blah blah, more
Don't we all?
flexibility. But I'm not going to probably, I mean, I'm not going to say not either, like never say never, but it's not likely that next week I'm going to be out on tour, on stage on a pole with some artist who's, doing a concert tour. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if one of my students is doing that in 6 months, that's amazing.
I know. That's what I feel like. It's like I have my things that I love too, and I like being here, you know?
Yeah.
So like Wyoming isn't like a hot spot for aerial arts or anything. So, but I like being here. So like the fact that I don't always go to competitions or like ever, but like I take the boys instead, or like I can
Hmm.
watch people that I know do it online. I watch a girl from the UK all the
Yes.
time. She goes to competitions and I watch all of them that she posts on Instagram, and I love watching that. So I love doing it from here. But again, never say never, but not necessarily a goal. I do have a goal that I'm hoping to meet by the end of this month though.
What is
I
it?
want to do chains at the Las Vegas Circus Center. And we're going to Vegas over
Oh,
spring break. So I'm going to bring my chains and see if they'll let me hang them up there and do like an open gym
oh
at the
yeah.
Vegas Circus Center, because I think that'd be so cool. I've taken
That
a
would
lyra
be.
class there, but like never done like my chains there.
Oh,
So
maybe when are you
wouldn't that be
going?
fun?
Maybe I can meet you there.
I think
We have spring
like
break
the end
too.
of March. So like March, my daughter has a gymnastics meet like March 26th, and then we're going the next day. Like, and it's like
Okay.
Saturday the 27th,
Yeah.
and then we'll be there through Thursday. So over the kids'
Wow.
spring breaks, we just go to a place where they have like a water slide, and we just like hang out by the pool and
Yeah.
get some sun because we're in Wyoming, you know, and like maybe
Why
stop at the
not?
circus center, watch a show or whatever one night a week.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Because I have family there and I'm trying to get my kids to want to go out to Vegas during spring break too, but I didn't even think about going out there and taking some classes for
Yeah,
myself. You've
it's
given me a
such a
great idea.
fun. I've only been there once, and I took the lyra class, and then my husband and son took a ropes class together. But it's so fun. It's huge, it's massive, and they're so nice. So if you email them, they'll get back to you like super quick.
Amazing. I'm going to
I
look
know.
into
I
it.
can't wait. I'm like fingers crossed that this is gonna work out because like it's one of my bucket list items, and I can check it off.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, but you have to travel with those heavy chains.
I do, but they ride on the floor under my feet, you know,
Okay.
so they're
Okay.
inside with me where I can watch my rigging.
Yeah, for sure. You don't want it in outside. How much do they weigh? Do you even know?
Don't really know. I think my big ones, like my really heavy ones, are like 50 pounds. I don't really
Okay.
know though. I haven't really weighed them. I just like put them around my neck and then loop them over each arm and kind of, you know. It's funny when I bought them at the hardware store. I was like trying to decide whether I wanted the 5/16 or the 3/8 size. So I'm holding them, you know, like messing with the chains. And the guy at the
Yeah.
hardware store is like, "Can I help you with something?" I was like, "No, I'm just deciding what size they need." He's like, "Well, what are you going to use them for?" I was like, So here's the thing. So then it was funny too, because then he was like, "Do you want me to like carry these out to your car for you?" I was like, "I think I got it. Like I could probably carry them more effectively than you." So
Right.
I've done this before.
That's hilarious. And maybe I should like take it back to the very beginning for anybody listening or watching who has never seen or done chains. What we are talking about are literal chains, like you can buy them at Home Depot or Lowe's, chain links. And when Sarah's saying 7 feet or 10 feet, so you hang it from a point in the ceiling, just like the hoop or the silks, and it hangs down in a loop. So when she's talking about a 7 foot loop or a 10 foot loop, and there's two of them and they're connected at the same point in the ceiling, you separate them typically, and maybe if you could visualize it, you might put one around your shoulders under your armpits, and the other one you put your legs in, so you could like lay in it, like picture a hammock. So that might be a starting position. And then from there, you wrap yourself in them, or you take one arm or leg out, or you hang from your head, like Sarah's
Like you
saying.
do. You do
Yeah.
drops in
And
them, which is
yes,
always a crowd pleaser as
and
well.
they spin
Spin.
together because they're connected at one point
Or
in the
separately.
ceiling.
They each have their own swivel too. So
Okay,
if
or
you're
you could
like
do
wrapped
either.
up in one, you can take the other. So
Yes,
my move last weekend, I figured it out. You can take the other one and put it where you need it to go. So
that's really cool.
yeah, they're
And
each on their own
so
swivel.
endless possibilities,
Endless
but yes, the
possibilities. But
chains
yeah,
are
they're real
literally
chains,
chains.
literally chains. I had someone ask me one time, like, are those are plastic, right? Like when I
No.
got done performing at the farmer's market, she's like, those are plastic, right? I was like, do you want to go? Do you want to touch them really quick? Like they were on the ground at that point because we had put up the silks so that
Uh-huh.
Abby could take a turn on the silks. And I was like, do you want to touch them? And she's like, maybe. I was like, and I just picked them up. She's like, oh no, I could hear them. They're real. I was like, they're real. Like
Yes,
they're
they're
actually metal
heavy, they're
chains that you would
cold.
tow a semi with.
Yes, exactly. And if you haven't done chains before and you're listening, I think it's interesting because the weight of the chains is what makes them spin. I feel like so fast. You could spin very fast because they're
Yeah.
heavy. So you've got a lot of weight behind you in addition to your own weight. So it's different than straps or ropes or silks, which are for the most part light.
Mm-hmm.
um they're these heavy, and there's a downforce because it's heavy and you're on it. So the physics of it make are part of what makes it fun. Like you can't
Right.
have plastic chains, it wouldn't be the same. You
It
wouldn't get.
wouldn't, and it wouldn't really, I don't even know if it'd be safe,
I
really. I
Yeah,
mean, you'd
yeah,
have to have some like sort of weird kind of plastic, but yeah, no, they're real. They're very real.
they're real. And so
And they
when we were
make the
talking,
sounds too, and
they make
it's fun.
sound, which is part of what makes it so badass. Like it's heavy, it's cold, it's metal. Like you could hear it, you could
Hear
feel the
it.
weight of it. It just makes you feel powerful when you're
Mhm.
manipulating that metal in a way
Yeah,
that is also safe, right?
right.
It's cool. It's cool.
Safe
So
and
check it
beautiful.
out.
That's what you want them to look at or
Yeah.
look for. Chains.
Yeah. And that's what makes it so impressive because people are like, that can't be real. Like this woman.
Right. That yeah. They're like, how is that? Like those are plastic, right? No, they're not plastic.
No. Do you want to see my bruises?
Yeah. Luckily, I don't get too many anymore. But yeah, whenever I learn something new, I still bruise. So and
Yeah.
feet. I don't know. Feet are just always gonna bruise. So but
Yep.
I'm one of those tough guys that I just like to do it barefoot and I like to be
Uh-huh.
able to feel my apparatus and I don't want to wear the trapeze boots.
Yep.
So I just have to take it easy on my feet. But
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
I love it. It's so cool. So when you're teaching, what's the typical student? Are they brand new people? Are they young? Are they older?
I
Like,
most of them are younger than me. Carl, obviously not so much, but I mean, you can do anything. Like, so if you are older than me, just know that you can still do it
yep.
because Carl can do it. But most of them are younger than me. Most of them have been women, and most of them just wanted to try something new.
Hmm.
Um, but I like to say the way I teach it is like most of them become addicted to chains when they're done with a
Yeah.
workshop with me because I just teach it in a way that I feel, because I want to make more. Like I said earlier, I want to make more chains artists, not fewer. So I want to teach it in a way that's engaging and that gets them coming back. So I don't want
Yeah.
to bruise them really bad the first day. I don't want to hurt them the first day, but I want them to do cool moves. So I handpick like the skills and the moves and the things I want them to work on.
Mhm.
I do have one woman that is actually really incredible named Allie, and she takes private lessons from me, and she's come to like most of my workshops, and she's skyrocketing. She's so good, and she's finally getting to the point where I can be on them, and I'm like, they don't like hurt right away, and I'm like, yeah, that's the
Mm,
goal, right? Like, it's not to do them all the time, but the goal is to be able to slowly progress. And if you just keep at it, you will get better on the chains. I feel like when you push really hard and you're on them all the time, that tends to be when we then get those injuries that
right.
then we can't be on them as much, you know?
Yeah.
And that's when we
Yeah.
kind of get set back.
Yeah. Is there any cross training that you recommend people do if they want to do chains? Or do you do
I
anything?
I do silks
Mhm.
and I
Yeah.
feel like I try really hard at silks and it engages my brain, like I said, with the wrapping and like learning those moves. And
Yeah.
a lot of times when I am doing those moves, there are things in there that she mixes in that my brain goes, you could do this on the chains,
Hmm.
right? So then I
Yeah.
take that idea and I'm like, on the, like, so there's this move called the Cupid, and I love the line of it, and it's
Uh-huh.
not even overly rappy to get into, but I love the line of it. And every time I perform chains, I perform Cupid, and my friend's daughter Abby always performs and it looks great on her. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that on the chains. So I figured
Uh,
out a way to do it on the chains. So it's just stuff like that. When you see it in your head, you know where the line is, then you can visualize where the chains go, then you can reverse engineer it and get into it.
yeah.
And that's kind of how I create moves too, is like I take inspiration from the silks a
Brilliant.
lot.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Brilliant. So I know we're coming close on time here, but I want to ask you if you've always been a performer of some sort, because it seems like performing is really fun for you. You enjoy it. You're doing a lot of it. Like, did you always perform?
I competed gymnastics. Did dance when I was younger, but like not like as a little kid, right?
Uh-huh.
Like not serious ballet or anything like on point or anything. Like I did dance, and then in the dance class they had for 5 minutes at the end of dance we'd tumble, and that's when I was like,
Mm,
that that's what I'm doing. So then I went to gymnastics, and then obviously competing gymnastics, you're doing things in front of
sure.
people. I don't know if that's performing because I mean, I guess so, but you're getting a score and you're, competing. But,
Mhm.
and then obviously once I got older, I didn't anymore for a long time. I just, I worked and I had a family and I did those things and I
Mhm.
didn't until I found this again. And it was pretty quick into my aerial silks journey that I started performing. And yeah, I enjoy it. If you're going to give me a choice, I'm going to be on the chains, but I'll perform silks if you ask me to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and doubles, I love double silks. It's so much fun. I don't have to wrap anything. I just have to hope that I get caught.
I love it. Are there videos on your Instagram of you and your husband on
Yes,
silks?
and
Okay.
I have a frequent one, a recent one from our ripple effect that we did from the documentary screening. I just haven't
Okay.
posted it yet. I have it like in my drafts. I will get on that. Hopefully, get that today, so that'll be like the next thing to go up.
Awesome.
So yeah, I do. We do have other stuff on there though, and there's a lot of my chains performances is on there.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna have to go stalk your account a little more. I want to see you
Yeah,
guys. Yeah. Or I'll look
there's
forward to
some
what you
ads
post.
there for like my workshops. So the next one's gonna be fun. It's in Spanish Fork. If you can make it
Ooh,
at JDEX. So should
cool.
yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. I have a really cool combo I want to teach.
All right. So, guys listening, if you're in the area, sign up.
Fork,
Learn
yeah, come
some
on down.
things.
It'll
Yeah,
be so
cool.
fun.
All right. Well, on that note, I'm going to end our conversation, but thank you for being here. And thank Teddy for joining us also, the cat.
Yes, he just went out to the kitchen probably to eat.
Carl's ears were probably ringing as we talked about him a lot, but no, this was really fun to talk so much about aerial and chains and silks because I talk so much about pole. But, I really am interested in all of it. And I did last year, 2025 was my year for hoop, really, to really get into it. And I'm focusing back on pole and flying pole this year, which is also really fun. But chains is just something I dabble in, and I think I could spend a little more time, I don't know, expanding my repertoire. So
I do private lessons, so
I'm gonna steal from you, or maybe I'll do a lesson with you. Yeah.
come on down, do a lesson with Carl, and I hang out for a little while in Salt Lake
Oh
City. It'll be
my
fun.
God, that would be so much fun. I
That would be
can't even
so much
stand it.
fun.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna have to really look at my schedule and think about how I can do that. I'll
Yeah, or
double
Vegas.
it with something. Or
Vegas
Vegas.
in March. I'm gonna let
Yeah.
Carl know too. Maybe he
Oh
can
my
come to
gosh.
Vegas.
Okay.
Probably not. Oh my gosh, he's probably gonna still be a little bit
Right.
recovery.
That's only like
But dang it.
2 weeks or a week and a half or something, 2 weeks from now,
Yeah.
from when we're recording this. But okay, Sarah, thank you so much. It was lovely getting to know you and learning
Oh,
about
you
you
too.
and everything you're doing. So, everybody listening, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please subscribe, follow Sarah. I'll put her Instagram in the show notes. And until next time, take care. Bye. Thanks for listening to Fit, Fierce, and Fearless. If this episode moved you, please share it, subscribe, and leave a review. This podcast is part of the Gen X Pole Arts community, which is built for women over 40 who are using movement, pole dance, and courage to rewrite the rules of midlife. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and stay unapologetically you.